So, a lot of people ask me what actually started my weight loss journey, and I kind of have different answers every time. But now I feel like I'm ready to actually share the real story that was very life changing for me. And I want to share it with you guys because y'all know I like to keep a real deal, no Holyfield with y'all. So, here we go with this very traumatic, dramatic, depressing story that led to something very great. So, when I was a freshman in college, I was living life, y'all. I was having fun. I was going out. Wasn't really making good grades, but I was surviving. I was spending all my money, didn't have no money. Every time I was calling my mom and them telling them to send me more money and more money. It was ridiculous, y'all. But freshman year was the best year. But on March 24th was the day that really changed my life. And the reason why I changed my life is because my best friend got killed. And it was something that I wasn't expecting. And it really took a toll on me. And it just kind of made me think back to like when I was getting ready to start high school. My mama sat both me and my sister down and explained to us that, y'all getting ready to start high school. And one thing y'all got to realize is everybody y'all start with, y'all not going to end with. And I really didn't understand that until like death really started happening right in front of my eyes. And so when I lost my best friend, I was very depressed, y'all. Like I went into this deep, dark place that I felt like I never was going to get out of, because this was somebody that every time I came home from school, I was with. And he really, that was real life my best friend, y'all. And it's so crazy because how our relationship grew over time. Even with me being away from school, every time I came home, it still was nothing but good vibes, good energy and stuff like that. So eventually I got over it, and I didn't necessarily get over it, but I learned how to cope with it. And now that I'm thinking back, I really didn't get over it, or I didn't learn how to cope with it. I just tried to stay busy to not worry about it at all. So during this time, I was very stressed out. I was barely eating. I was just, doing my work, moving around, and just doing whatever. And I barely was doing my work, to be honest, because I kind of missed the whole week of school right after that. So my grades was horrible. My grades were horrible. And I didn't feel bad about it. I was like, nothing this serious had really affected me in my life. So I really just didn't know how to deal with it. And I'm like, this is what my mama was trying to warn us about. But it's like, as parents, you can only warn your children about so much until they actually experience it firsthand for themselves. So that happened in March, and then so by that time I was just moving around, and I realized that I was really losing weight. Like I saw that I was losing weight because it just came from stress, not eating, just moving around, being stressed out. And I just kind of just kept busy, so I didn't really think about it. But that was the worst thing that ever happened to me. Well, the second worst thing, because the first worst thing, I'm sorry, y'all. The first worst thing is I'm about to talk about right now. So March, April. So not even a month passed by, and me and my friends, we kind of just did the same thing all the time. Just sit in the room, chill, have fun, go out, do different stuff. Like we kind of just did the same thing all the time. So one day we decided that we wanted to do something different, which was not a good idea, because let's strap your belts right now, because this story is about to get hectic. So we decided we wanted to do something different. It was a Friday, so we was like, this wasn't my idea, but they was like, okay, let's go to the overlook, 360 overlook. It's like this little short mountain that you climb up in Austin or whatever like that. So we go up there, whatever like that. So before we was going, I was like, y'all sure y'all really want to go to this mountain? because I had on my Michael Kors slides, and that's not really good hiking shoes. You're supposed to wear tennis shoes, so I wasn't really feeling it, and I kept trying to make them not want to go. But we always was in the room, like we really never did nothing different, so I could see why they really wanted to go, and I was like, okay, let's go. But the whole time, y'all, I was having bad feelings about the whole thing. See, and I had texted my boyfriend. Well, he wasn't my boyfriend then, but I texted my boyfriend and I told him, I said, I love you. So if I don't make it back down this mountain, you know why. And yeah, so I really was having bad vibes about the mountain from the jump. Like, I really did not think this was a good idea. I didn't think this was a good trip. Like, I was just feeling bad about it the whole time. So when we get to the mountain or whatever like that, it took us a little minute to get there, and the whole time I'm just sitting in the front like, oh my gosh, like, why are we going to this mountain, y'all? Like, why? And it's so crazy because I had a lot of experience with mountains. Like, I done been to Geoforces, like this science camp through UT, and we didn't hike. One trip we hiked so many mountains that was so far up, and I was overweight, and it was like, them hikes was like an hour. I only made it to the top of one, but it was like 4 different hikes. And now that I'm in shape, I really wish I could go back and hike the mountains. But let's get back to the story. Y'all know, if I veer off, just know that's what I do. So we get to the mountain or whatever like that, and my friend Lacey, she parked like, it was like a part where you literally got out your car and you could walk right up. But then it's like a street parking, like a block away. So she parked a block away. And I was like, you sure? I said, you sure you don't want to scoot up and go park up there? She was like, nah, this fine. This right here is fine. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So by the time we got up to the mountain or whatever like that, we had planned to go to Papados. See, Papados was our spot, y'all. That's why I ain't had no money. We was going to Papados almost every day. Like, literally, I ain't had no job, so I really don't know how I was affording it. I was eating out the kids' meal, but I always still added up because I like to eat gumbo too. But we were supposed to go to Papados afterwards. And then one of my friends was supposed to get a tattoo, but then we really wasn't going to have time for all that. So we was just like, okay, we're going to go do this mountain, chill up at the top, and then, boom, go to Papados. So we get to the mountain or whatever like that. Remind you, I still had on slides, y'all. So this was the hardest hike up ever. It was only like a 2-minute hike, but it was so steep. Like, Amaya literally had to help us up there. Like, Amaya was helping me up there because I needed assistance. It was that hard. So, because it was like, you had to like take big steps. It wasn't like, oh, step. It was like, oh, stick your leg up over here, then get your other leg up over there. Too much, especially with me being big, baby. I was so tired. I was like, why did I sign up for this? The whole time I'm thinking, why did I sign up for this, y'all? Why? So, we get to the top, chilling, doing what we do. I'm not going to go into detail, but we did what we did at the top of the mountain. And it's so crazy because the view was beautiful. Like, the view was so beautiful. I wish I could find a video of that day. Hopefully I can find a video, y'all. I'm going to try to find a video. The view was amazing. Like, I was sitting at the top of that mountain, and it was like, this was kind of like the first time in a long time that I actually kind of like felt at peace. Because like with the Melvin situation, I was really depressed. Like, I was so sad. And then like once I got to the top of the mountain, I just had this realization like, wow, life is really great. And life is what you make it. And I was like, and even though, sometimes stuff don't go right in life, you still kind of find peace in situations that's really, really hard to deal with. So at this point, y'all, I'm sitting on the mountain, high in the clouds, literally high in the clouds, high in the mountain, just adoring the view, the beauty of nature. And I'm not even a nature person, so this is how I knew I was really high in the clouds, on cloud 9. So by that time, it's getting dark. So I'm like, all right, y'all, it's time to go down, because I think we had heard a mountain lion, and I had on slides. Like, if something was to come chasing after us, just know I probably would have just committed suicide and jumped right over the cliff, because it was like a cliff and you see like the lake. I probably would have just jumped over, because I'm not finna run from no mountain lion. That wasn't for me, and God didn't want that to be for me either. So I'm like, y'all, okay, it's time to go. Let's go to Papados. So as we going down, it was just as hard going down as going up, y'all. I promise. It was just as hard as going down as going up. So we going down or whatever like that, and my friend Zaria bust her ass. Like, we was all dead. Like, she was going down, she bust her ass so hard, and we all was laughing at the shit, like hee ha ha, da this shit was funny as hell. But now let's get to the real deal, y'all. So we get down the mountain or whatever like that. So remind you we have to walk, you know, a block down to get to our car. So as we get into the car, whatever like that. Well, we not about to get to the car, so we waiting at the lights across the street. So we all standing at the light, literally. Let me make a demonstration. This is me, right here. This Amaya. This Aaron. And then this Zaria. Hold on. This literally how close we was to each other. Zaria, Aaron, me, Amaya, and Lacey. This how close we was to each other, y'all. I'm not exaggerating. This how close we was to each other. So let's move the demonstration. So we standing at the light or whatever like that, waiting on the light to turn so we can walk. So right before I knew the light was finna turn so we can walk, I felt like I stepped on something sharp. And so, you know, me being up in the clouds at this moment, it didn't really hurt. Like, I'm just like, damn. I'm like, damn, what the fuck I just stepped on? Because it hurt. Like, it was like, it didn't hurt, but it was like, I felt like I stepped on something short. You know how you walking around the house and you kind of just step on something, like a piece of glass or something? That's how I felt. So I looked down or whatever like that, and I'm like, damn, what the hell did I just step on? So I just shook my foot. I just shook it. So I'm like, okay, I'm just tripping. This is like all in 30 seconds, y'all. Literally 30 seconds. I'm like, no, I'm just tripping. So then, but it's like, it kept felt like I was still stepping on something sharp. So I shook my foot again. I was like, what the fuck? The next thing you know, a snake flew off my foot. A snake, y'all. I got bit by a fucking snake. And at this moment, I knew I was the statistic. So, the story gets better, y'all. The story gets better. So, boom, I get bit by a snake. I get bit by the snake or whatever like that. And I told my friend, I was like, yo, it's a snake. I was like, it's a snake. They all took out running across the street. So, me, I'll take out running too. And then, literally, as I get halfway across the street, my foot just started shutting down. It just started going numb. So we get in the car, whatever like that. We get on the car and I'm just looking at my foot. It's just bleeding. Like, it just wouldn't stop bleeding. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, we in the clouds. I don't want to go to the hospital, but like, what if the snake poisonous? I gotta go to the hospital. So boom, I go to the hospital. We go to the emergency room or whatever like that. And I'm really just sitting there, like, just in shock. Like, what the fuck just happened? I literally, like, just moments earlier, I was literally sitting in the mountains, just seeing how beautiful life was, enjoying the view and whatever like that. And then, boom, next thing you know, I'm in the emergency room. I got bit by a fucking snake. So, on the way to the emergency room, I called my mama. You would not believe what just happened. And my mama the type of person, she do not like going to the hospital. Like, we was self-medicated all the time. Like, anytime we was sick, we hardly ever went to the emergency room. Like, the emergency room would literally be the last resort before we go to the doctor. That was the last resort. So, I called her. I was like, Mom, you would not believe what happened. And she was like, what? Attitude. She just get an attitude when people call her because her nerves so bad. She watched the news so much. So, boom, I told her, Mom, I got bit by a snake. She, what? Like, if my child was to call me and tell me she got bit by a snake, I'll be like, what the hell? Like, girl, get off my phone. But seriously, I got bit by a snake. So I get to the emergency room and they coming out, they asking me all these questions. They just like, do you know what type of snake it was? I'm just, no, I know it was green. It was not that big. It was probably like this big, which that's big, but it wasn't that big like an anaconda. It was big. Cause when they flew and hit the ground, it opened its mouth like this. Like, his mouth got big. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. They asked me all these questions. So they like, okay, we gotta sit and monitor it. So we can see, if it's not poisonous or whatever like that. And y'all, I'm literally just laying in a hospital bed, just, you know, just out of there. At this point, I wasn't really in no pain. I was in pain, but it wasn't like, you know, excruciating pain. I wasn't really in a lot of pain because I was still on cloud 9 at this point. So I'm still a little numb to everything. I'm like, damn, I really got bit by a snake. But literally, no moments later, when I came down from cloud 9, I was gonna feel it. I was gonna feel it, and I felt it, y'all. So later on, Lacey ended up spending the night with me or whatever like that. I had to spend the night, and then so they ended up discharging me. No, so they ended up moving me from the emergency room to the hospital because they was like, we can't care for you here, so you gotta go to the hospital. So when we go to the hospital, whatever like that, and Lacey ended up spending the night with me. And I ain't gonna lie, by that time I was starting to feel the pain, but I ain't gonna lie, I had never been in the hospital because, remind you, my mama don't take us to the emergency room or nothing for shit. So, like, I started feeling pain, and I ain't gonna lie, I was addicted. They was putting the stuff in that IV in my arm, y'all. I was addicted. Every time I was in pain, I kept telling them, I need another dose. I kept telling them, I need another dose. I feel like a crackhead. I was like, I don't care. Like, I don't want to experience this pain. I was getting fed good. Literally didn't know. This bill was just going up by the day or by the hour. I was getting fed good, and I was like, oh, yes, I'm getting fed good. So then they discharged me. And I was happy as hell. Meaning, I was so happy. I was like, okay, y'all. I got on Instagram. I was like, I'm a testimony. I'm a testimony. And I'm finna read y'all the caption because it was crazy. I felt so good. So this was the caption. I said, I got a testimony. So I got bit by a snake, and so far I'm doing well. I'm a snake survivor. I'm a bad bee. You cannot kill me. The snake lucky I ain't have on no tennis shoes because I was going to stump it out for real. But God is my savior. So remind y'all, I told y'all like they had to watch it over time to make sure that the snake wasn't venomous. So they marked where the bump started. Like, I'm calling it a bump, but that thing, that little gray thing. And it literally grew over time, y'all. Like, this probably was taken at like 5 o'clock, and by 7 o'clock, that's what it looked like. If this how it looked at 7 o'clock, and then as time kept expanding, it just kept getting bigger and bigger by the day, y'all. And I wasn't in the hospital for them to put no IV in my arm, so I was so traumatized. So my daddy worked at a hospital, y'all. So eventually, we just had to bust it, because you clearly could tell that it was full of nothing but fluids. I tried to record this, y'all, but I was so scared, so I didn't record it. But this is how it looked after it busted, and it didn't really hurt. It just felt like a lot of pressure was being released, and so then we had to kind of like peel the skin off of it. And me being a makeup artist, y'all, I still stood on my feet and did like 5 people makeup for prom. So when I stood on my feet, y'all, and did like 5 people makeup, this how my leg looked. It was bruised, like all in between my thighs and everything. It was ridiculous. So this basically was the healing process, and it kind of lasted forever, y'all. I was walking around the University of Texas at Austin limping. So it took me forever to get to class, but I was surviving. I was thankful for life, so it was whatever. So finally, my mom and Stacy, when I went, okay, so I ended up having to go. I got discharged, and then as soon as I got home, y'all, I swear the pain just started hitting me so hard. So I ended up going back to the hospital, and by that time, all my cousins was there. My cousins was there, and then my mom and Stacey had ended up driving from Houston to come get me. Remind y'all, this is almost the end of the semester. The semester is over. It was over in May, and it was like literally 2 weeks away from finals. My grades was already bad because my best friend had literally just died, so I wasn't good with my schoolwork. And then I had to go home to get taken care of because, like, literally my friends was very helpful, but I couldn't walk. Like, I literally had to learn how to walk again. That's how bad it was. So I had to go home for a whole week to let my mama take care of me. And when I tell y'all, this week really opened my eyes, because I didn't realize like why. I was just thinking like, why me? Like, why was I the one that got bit by a snake? Not saying any of my friends should have got bit by a snake, but literally when I showed y'all how close we were standing, like it literally could have been any one of us. And so then that's when I just kind of opened my mind, like, you know, God really had a message for me. And I noticed that, like, after my best friend died, I was really just being busy, like, here and there. And I never really just got time to sit down and actually cope with my emotions and cope with what actually had happened. So that whole week, y'all, when I said I was so depressed, like, I literally cried every single day. And I feel like God just wanted to sit me down for a minute. Like, you know, he probably just felt like, you know, you just doing anything right about now. So since you don't want to sit down and take some time to realize what's going on in your life, I'm gonna sit you down. And literally, like, when I was in the hospital, my weight was dropping, y'all. Like, they weighed me, and I was like probably 311. I was 311 because that was when I was at my heaviest. I was 311, and then like it just kept going down. I was like, okay, they weighed me again. I was like, oh my gosh, you're 309. So then that's when they started worrying. I was like, you dropping weight or whatever like that. And that whole week I really didn't eat. Like, I just didn't have an appetite, and I feel like God was just like rebuilding me at this moment, y'all. And I really could, like, just talking about it is very emotional, because I would not wish my worst enemy getting bit by a snake, y'all. Like, that was so stressful, because it was like so much pain, and it was literally nothing I could do about it. They prescribed me medicine, y'all, but it was not doing nothing for me, like nothing at all. And I really just had to cry and let everything out. And after I went back to school, I just felt like a new person. Like, I felt like God really had a message for me, because I felt like I was complaining about life a lot, like not just being satisfied with the blessings the Lord has, you know, like not just being satisfied with the life that the Lord blessed me with. I was depressed. I feel like everything was just happening to me because, you know, I feel like God maybe was punishing me, and I didn't really just understand nothing in life. And I feel like this situation really changed me, and it made me really realize, like, don't never take life for granted. Like, anything could happen to you any day, at any moment. Like, everything could change in a matter of seconds. And I just really realized to not take life for granted. And so following that, I just, you know, took the time to heal. And I went back to school, y'all. I ended up passing all my classes, and I was flying colors. I had C's and D's, but I passed, and I still was able to keep my scholarship because I was very stressed out about that. And I just knew at that very moment I could literally do the impossible. And I just was losing weight, y'all. I was losing a lot of weight. So I'm like, losing weight, like, without even trying. So I'm like, okay, if I'm losing weight without trying, like, maybe I should actually try. And I felt like I needed something to actually keep me energized, because I was recovering, and I told myself, like, once my foot all the way healed and I'm back in action, I'm gonna change. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna actually do something with my life. I felt like I was in college for no reason. I really feel like I didn't have no purpose in life. And then once I lost my best friend, I was like, oh my gosh, what is God trying to tell me? So it took a long time for my toe to heal, y'all. It took forever. I didn't have no toenail. It took forever for my toe. And so after it healed or whatever like that, I waited until January, and I was like, okay, I'm finna start my weight loss journey. I said, I'm finna start it, and I'm finna hit it hard. So I made my boyfriend made my first workout, and Cam helped me with, you know, planning my food out. Because I remember, like, last year we were sitting in the Union. It's this food place at our school. And my other friend, Annie, she was on her little weight loss journey, and they'll just be talking about it or whatever like that, and I'll be sitting there eating my Panda Express and my shake, and my vanilla shake from Chick-fil-A. And I told Cam, I said, whenever I'm ready, I'ma let you know. And he was like, all right. And I literally let him know, and now look at me, prospering. So the moral of this story, y'all, I feel like I really have to share this with y'all, because you never know when God will really test your patience, you know, test your strength in life. And his messages come in all different type of forms, and I didn't realize that, because Thanks God, this is a real message. I got it. I get it. And like his messages and his it comes in different ways. In some ways you don't understand it, because like when my best friend died, I didn't understand it. And even still to this day, like you may never understand stuff that happens, but one thing you have to do is try to make the best of every situation. Try to see the light in a dark place. And I was in a very dark place, and I feel like that week really changed my life, because I feel like if that would have never happened, I would have been constantly still trying to be on cloud nine just to suppress my feelings, not actually addressing the way that I feel. And after you continue to keep suppressing things, it eventually comes out, and you never know how it's gonna come out. It might come out extra aggressive, like you might go into a place where you can never come out of. And I'm glad, I'm not saying that I'm happy that I got bit by a snake, but I'm really glad that this happened to me, because look at me now. I'm over 100 pounds lighter, and I don't think I would have ever started doing this if it wasn't for God opening my eyes to the possibilities and the strength that I didn't even know that I had. I didn't see myself getting to this point in life, but it takes obstacles and trials and tribulations to actually see your purpose in life. And I remember growing up, I used to go to church all the time, every Sunday going to church. And I'm not saying that I didn't like it. I just really just couldn't relate to church. And so somebody asked me, like, why you really don't like going to church? And I was like, I feel as though I haven't been through trials and tribulations in my life to actually understand the messages that God sent. And that was true. Like, I couldn't really open my eyes to this spiritual aspect of life. I just knew I believed in God, but you know how you believe in something, but you don't know why you believe in something. You don't understand the belief that you have in, the spirit. So after this, like, I really realized, like, God is real. Like, he's real, and he's always present. Like, just when you think he might be giving up on you, he's always still there. And yeah, I'm not trying to cry. Like, just when you think, like, I swear, just when you think life is at the end point, or you feel like you just can't go no more, you feel like everything is stressful, you feel like you just lost. You don't know what you're doing. Like, you just feel lost in everything and every aspect of your life. He will always be there. And I just realized that you really have to pray and give him time. Thank him for the stuff that he blessed you with. Even if things not right in your life, just know that he's still giving you the strength and the courage to live each and every day, because every day is not promised. And I can go on and on, y'all, because I was in so much pain. And pain from a snake bite, pain from losing my best friend. I had never lost somebody so close to me. So it's like, when you experience that type of pain, you really don't know what to do. You go into this place where you get shut out. You don't really understand life no more. And I have seen so many people go into this place and not come out of it. People really don't come out of place. People really don't recover from stuff like this. And I just knew that God was by my side through every aspect of my life. And I just had to thank him. I'm like, you really hit me hard with this one, God, but you really just showed me my strength, because I feel like I didn't know my strength. I didn't know how much strength I had. And he showed it to me. He actually showed it to me. So the next time somebody asks, how did your weight loss journey start? It's a long story, so I'm going to give you a quick snippet. God showed me my strength, and I ran with it. Once he showed me my strength and he gave me some guidance and a wisdom, I ran with it. And whenever opportunity knocks on your door, you have to take it. Do not hesitate. Don't think twice about it. Take it. Thanks for tuning in to this long story, and I hope y'all enjoyed the story. So please thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, because we're gonna have some more story times, y'all. This girl right here has a lot of surprising events. Okay, thank y'all.